what women want. Well, I'm not going to tell you what women want, but I can tell you what women want with successfully positioning themselves. Because I very often get the question, so Susan, could you please tell me, could you please let me know why I would be good at positioning myself, what I would be good at selling myself? Why is it important? Why should I do that? Well, if it's for me, you don't have to do nothing. But if you want to achieve something, if you want to get things done in your company, in where you work, in your job, positioning yourself, claiming your space does help. It's actually a condition to get things done, or to get things done your way. So I'm going to give you a few examples just to make you, with the intention to make you aware of the possibilities you have while positioning yourself. What is it you can achieve? Now, when I talk about achieve, or in general, achieving something is often getting to like a next level on your career ladder, or customer wise, if you're self-employed, you have your own company. But achieving something for me can also be a state of being. So in this podcast, I give you like 5 or 6 examples of results or questions of women who are working on how to position themselves for success. So let's start with maybe it's not a number 1, but it is a clear one, and that's money. It's about money. Yeah, that can be a reason, either within the company or somewhere else, when you're negotiating on your salary, when you're looking for a new position somewhere. But money, that can also be you work somewhere currently, and people around you are making steps forward, and you're still left where you are with the same salary as you had for a while now. So that can be a reason. Now, often what is often the case, not always, but what's often the case, that, okay, I share my wishes. I share that I want a bigger salary with my manager, and then I've said it only once, and then I should be able to get it. And then often it doesn't happen like that. And it can be very annoying. Sometimes it's also the case that you get promised either a different job title with a different salary. And those promises have been going around for a year already. It can be because your manager is a pain in the ass and unreliable, but it can also be that things happen within the company. There is a freeze, a salary freeze, or a cost freeze, whatever the reason can be. There can be many things happening. Can be many so-called reasons why you don't get your pay rise. And that can be a very important reason. Often is when it's like this far, when it's been going on for a while, it's not always the funniest journey. And I will not promise results, but I do get results. I also say I get everybody gets a job when you work with me, of course, because if you know how to position yourself in the application journey, then if you know how to do it, everybody wants you. Of course, everybody wants you. Should be wanting you in the first place, but hey, you need to show up, right? And well, let's not do a deep dive in that. But that could be one reason, more money. Another reason, you can get it through different ways, is more impact. For example, if your job is about advising people, or advising teams, or advising teams within the company you work for, you want people to take over this advice, right? So your knowledge, your impact, your knowledge has actually an impact, instead of what happens a lot with any type of advice. This is my advice for you. and the other person receives the advice and puts it somewhere safe, hidden in a drawer. Not to do anything with it, just to leave it there collecting dust. That's very often what happens with advices. Now, what you want for people, of course, you have your knowledge, why, and you have your belief. Your whole belief system is about, you should really take my advice. I'm actually getting paid to give you this advice. So just do it. Do as I say. Well, that ain't gonna happen, because what motivation is there for the other person to take your advice? Often, nothing. Nothing. No motivation. Yeah, you telling me what to do. Ha ha ha. You're kidding me, right? No, I ain't gonna do that. So that's a reason. That is a reason to enlarge your impact, whether you're employed or self-employed. Doesn't matter. And it works because everybody is motivated to go along with your vision, with your knowledge, with if you take the right approach. But it is possible. It's very much possible. It's also about selling. You can sell everything to everybody, but you have to find the right approach. So, more impact can, of course, also is also possible, of course, when you are getting your next step on your career ladder, right? The more responsibility you have, the more people you have in your team or your teams, the more impact you can actually make. Also, when you're part of the management team, your impact will be higher compared to being part of a team or being a team lead. And yeah, getting there is also a wish, a very common wish for women who join my program. And yeah, it's also working out. And that's what I see a lot there, is that the fact that you should not take no as an answer is very important. No is just a side route, or no is just a start of a conversation. So that's very important in there. Another one, and this is a very, money and impact. Of course, it's amazing. It's very powerful. It's very useful for the rest of your career. But what's also very, very useful on a daily basis, and then 2 days, and then 3 days, and then a week, a month, a year, 2 years, 10 years, is this. Sometimes you're surrounded by one, or hopefully not too many, but one or more people, colleagues, who are truly annoying. Every time you're in a meeting with one of these people, your energy goes down the drain. You come home, start complaining to maybe your kids, your husband, or whatever you have at home, or your cat, or ChatGPT if you use ChatGPT as a conversational thing. Annoying people. And people are most annoying when they have something, or they are doing something that deep down inside it's your desire too, only you're not capable of doing it because there is something in the way. Those are the most annoying people. An example. Sometimes you have a manager who doesn't see what you're capable of. And sometimes the difference between you and your manager is huge, that you don't even know how to communicate because you're not on the same level. A difference can be the way you approach things. Someone can have a vision, sees the big picture and works from there. But of course, if you then put a micromanager beside this type of person, you cannot level. It's not possible to work in a convenient, in a nice way together, because a micromanager only sees tasks, and somebody with a clear vision or a strategy sees the big picture, but tasks is somewhere a kilometer further away from the big picture. So it's very difficult to communicate with each other. And often, if you have a manager that is managing on tasks, is a micromanager, and you are the type of person who has a vision for a team or a company or whatever, and you're the type of person that often good is not good enough, you work hard, maybe also sometimes to prove that you are good enough, but especially with those type of people that don't see your value, we have the tendency of proving, and there is nothing wrong with proving, because it's nice that people have can see proof on what you do, because it's then easier for them to actually see that you're capable of a lot more than you're doing. But when proof comes from, I have to prove myself, otherwise I'm not good enough, the intention is not authentic. The intention is coming from ego, trying to protect something that needs to be protected according to ego. And those situations can be so difficult, complicated, can keep you awake at night. But when you're able and capable of dealing with these people, with these meetings, whatever type of meeting you have, when you're capable of dealing in this situation, stay close to yourself in your authentic way, then you're capable of so much more. Because there is always people around you who are not your match. You can blame the people, but the people are the people. Start looking at yourself. Start looking at yourself. Why am I doing this? What is it that I need to prove? And for some people, it's the main reason to join the program. For some people, it's just things happening along the way. In both cases, we always manage to make sure energy doesn't go down the drain anymore while facing these type of people. So that's a very interesting one and a very useful one, because energy is key, and energy is key in work, at home, everywhere, in your life, work life, all over. So, that's another one. What is another reason for women to join my program is they know of course, when you join the program, you're an aware person. On some level, you are an aware person. Otherwise, there is no problem, there is no desire, there is no nothing. So you don't join. You join the program, you put time and effort in it, because you have me as your cheerleader, but I'm not sitting beside you in a meeting room. So you got to do it on your own, with me on your shoulder being the cheerleader with my pink glasses. But otherwise, you need to do it alone. Now, this is a very common thing. A lot of women recognize themselves in this one. As women, we often find it a lot easier to fight for other people, to help other people, to be there for other people. And we find it a lot more difficult to be there for ourselves, to fight for ourselves, to stand up for ourselves, to claim our space for us. That's very even weird in cases. So that could be another question. And if you listen to all of these examples, maybe you've seen already there is a line, there is a red line going through all of them. Because when I talk about positioning yourself for success and doing this in an effortless way with success, of course, it's about strategy, how to do it, what to do, and it's about energy. It's about energy, because your energy changes your appearance in front of somebody, whether it's in front of a camera or in a meeting room, wherever, at the coffee machine. And that changes everything. And where your energy changes, your appearance changes, so people will react to you in a different way. But also you yourself, your behavior will be different. The words, not only what you say will change, but also how you say them. You will say them in a lot more empowering way. And many of these examples I gave, it's not about a strategy. Yeah, it's also about strategy, but maybe 25%. 75%, it's about your energy. It's about your being, who you are, who you believe you are, and also who you believe you can be. So, yeah, that's a very important thing to realize yourself. It's way more about energy compared to strategy. And of course, strategy is handy, convenient. But hey, maybe I shouldn't say it like that. But you're not stupid. You're a very clever woman with a lot of expertise in your area, maybe in multiple areas. So you're not stupid. You know how to do things. But do you know how to do them for yourself? So, yeah, those are insights in what you can achieve by successfully positioning yourself. And hope it was helpful. It would be really nice if you leave a message. YouTube, Spotify, LinkedIn. Just check out my name and you will find me on those social media platforms. Thank you very much for listening. Position yourself effortless for yourself. Bye.